Hello, ladies and gentlemen and programmers. We're going to do CodeAcademy Lesson 6, Conditional Operators. We're going to do Part 1, Introduction to Conditional Operators. All right, as usual, I want you to read the white box on the left and tell me what you can do with that. I can find it. Here we go. All right, so I want you to read everything over here. Read, 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 and I want you to write down an intelligent question about your reading. Hit pause and do that. Write it in your notes. Make sure when you're taking your notes at the top you put Lesson 7, Introduction to Conditional Operators, so we know what you're doing, what you're taking notes on, and put your name in there. Okay, let's see here. Let's jump back into the spiel now, and let's go here. Okay, so write this down. A conditional operator are also known as Boolean operators because they basically turn into either a true or false. So things that are true and false are Boolean. So an and is written as 2 ampersands. An or is written as a line, and a not is written as an exclamation point. Okay, so what does it mean? Let's take a look at the and. So the 2 ampersands. So if it's sunny and warm, so if it's both sunny and warm, so sunny has to be true and warm has to be true. So if it is both sunny and warm, then you can go swimming. Okay. So they both have to be true. Okay, and so this is an or, so only one has to be true. This one could be true, or this could be true, or they are both true. So if one or the other or both are true, then the whole condition is true. So if it's sunny and warm, then you can go for a hike. And then there's the not operator. So this one turns whatever it's in front of into the opposite. So you'd read this one: if it's sunny and not warm, then go for a hike with a jacket. So this one has to be true, and this one would have to be false for this to be true. So if it was a false, it wouldn't work. If it was a true, it wouldn't work. But if it's a true false, then it works. So you'd read this again: if it's sunny and not warm. Okay, so that's basically the way it works. All right, let's take a look at it in action here. So let's jump over to JDoodle and see what's happening over there. Okay, so we'll jump over to JDoodle. Okay, so what I want you to do is this. Let me get rid of my face here. Okay, so we have all of our variables set up here. Okay, so this is my dating app. So we have to decide, are you going to date them based on these criteria? All right, so they're attractive equals true right now, smart equals false right now, nice equals true, fun equals false, and self-centered equals false. Okay, so based on that, so we have our and here. So if they're attractive and smart, then we would set dating to true. So let's see what would happen. So what I want you to do is, based on these criteria, for scenario 1 here, is it going to say date or not date? Okay, so let's take a look at, so attractive is true, and smart is false. Okay, so is this whole thing going to come out to be true, or is the whole thing going to come out to false? Okay, so you write that down under this first scenario. All right, question number 2, if they're nice or fun. Okay, so in this case, they are nice is true and fun is false. Okay, so remember, only one has to be true. So what is this one going to come out to? So number 2, is it going to say true or false here? Okay, so look at that and see what it comes up with. And then finally, okay, so we have attractive and self-centered. So we know that attractive is true, self-centered is false. So if they are attractive and not self-centered. Okay, so see if you can figure that one out. Okay, so write down your answers to that, and then we're going to you have to write it down before I hit go. All right, so let's see what it does. Okay, so the first one is false, the second one is true, and the third one is true. And so hopefully you got those right. Let's kind of work through the reasoning of it. On the first one, they both have to be true. This one has to be true, and this one has to be true. Smart was false. This one was false. So because if one of them's false, then the whole statement is false. So that one's false. Okay, on the next one, we have true, false. So we have true, false. On this one, only one has to be, since one, so nice was true, it's the whole thing's true. Okay, and on this one, we had to have true and the second one false because it was not self-centered, and you can see they are not self-centered. Self-centered is false, attractive is true, and so this one is a go. All right, now let's try a new scenario here. Hold on, I'm gonna hit pause on this thing. Okay. All right, so now I've basically changed a couple of these. So now I changed, so attractive is true. Now smart is now true. I switched that. Nice is true. Fun is now true. And self-centered is now true. So I switched this one. All right, so let's run the scenario, see what we're going to get for number one. Okay, attractive, true, smart, true. So we have true, true. So what's the whole statement going to be? Okay, so this one is true, true. Okay, so if it's true and true, what's going to happen? And then if we look at this one, it's true and true. Okay, so are they attractive and are they not self-centered? Okay, so we write down your answers and see what happens. And we execute it, and we have true, true, false. Okay, the first one's, so we have, well, this one's easy. So true, true, we have true and true. That's a go. This one is true and true. So if one is true or the other is true, or if they're both true, it's true. So this one's true. And then the person's attractive, but they are not self-centered. They indeed are self-centered. Okay, so that one didn't go. All right, I'm going to hit pause here. We're going to try a third. All right, so let's take a look at our third scenario. In this one, okay, we have false, true. So false, true. What do you think that was going to come out to? And this one is going to be false and true. So we have false, true. What's the whole statement going to be? And on this one, we have false, true. So I have to figure that one out for yourself. Attractive is false, self-centered is true. Okay, write down what you think in round 3. What are your answers for 1, 2, and 3? Let's execute it. Okay, so false, true, false. Okay, so if any of these, this is false. So if any of these is false, then the whole thing is false. So we know attractive is false. And on this one, only one has to be true. So we have true, false. So that, oh wait, no, we have false, true. So not nice, but it is fun. They are fun. So this one's a go. And then on this one, they're attractive. No, they're neither one. So they're not attractive and they are self-centered. So these are false, false. So that one's good. All right, I'm going to hit pause. Okay, so in the fourth scenario, false, 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 false. So I switched it up. Okay, so what do you think on this one? So attractive is false, smart is false. What's the whole conditional statement going to be? And then on this one, nice is false and fun is false. What's this going to come out to? And finally, let's see, they are not attractive, but they are also not self-centered. So see if you can figure that one out. Write down your answers for round 4 for 1, 2, and 3 before I hit go. And false, false, false. Okay, let's see if you got that. All right. Let's jump back to my spiel here. All right, what are the answers for round 1, 2, and 3? All right, so here's another way to look at it. So here's the truth table. Okay, so if we're using and, so is A and B true? So if it's true, true, A is true and B is true, what's the whole conditional statement going to be? All right, if you have true, false, what's the whole statement going to be? If you have false, true, what's the statement going to be? And if you have false and false, what's the statement going to be? Okay, so so write down your answers, what do you think it's going to be? And the answer is if they're both true, then the whole statement is true. Okay. It's A and B both have to be true. So if you have a true, false, because this one's false, the whole thing's false. False, true, because this one's false, the whole thing's false. And then if they're both false, They both have to be true. That's false. All right. How about this one? We're doing an or. Okay. So what do you think about this? If this one's true and this one's true, what does it come out to? How about this? True, false. How about false, true? How about false, false? Okay, so figure out what you think your answers are going to be, and they're all going to be true except for this one because you got both of them true. This one's true. This one's true, and then the only time it's false is if they're both false. All right. Now, if let's say A is true, so if A is true, well, what is not A equal to? And if A is false, what is not A equal to? And the answer is they're equal to opposite. So if we say if it's true, and if it's not true is the same as false. If it's false, not false is the same as true. Okay, so that's it. See you next time.